Because once you reach a certain level of enlightenment, you don't tie like symbols or names to people and give that give that person that level of importance when it comes to like being that symbol, because the symbols are separate from the people. Like someone could be used to represent fertility, or they could be used to represent like harvest, or they could be used to represent love, or they could be used to represent um, all knowingness or something like that. But it doesn't mean that that's what that person actually is. It just means they fit that title, or that title fits them. And since that title fits them, that's what they were associated with. But the symbols themselves do not actually represent an actual being most of the time, or any of the time. So when you have people who are like on a spiritual path and they're giving you like knowledge of something, or they're letting you know things, they're doing it through a specific symbol, or the idea of a specific symbol or title. And the specific title can be anything. Like anybody that is represented as a person that gives messages, or a messenger, or someone that has decided to uphold the title of that specific job. But it's not that they're actually that person that just, and it's like they're holding that energy. But they're holding up the job. It's like they do the same thing with the like the president. The president isn't actually anything more than a representation of the American people. He's not important in the regard that, this is, Donald Trump, or whatever. He's not the man when it comes to the president, or the title of the president. He's just, the representation of the American people, or the spirit of the American people. Just like the titles that represent things in religion, such as like a Buddha, or Thoth, or Jesus. Those are just the spirit of those certain things. They The people that hold those titles represent the spirit of those certain things. So it's not necessarily them, or it's not them at all. So we have to get out of the idea of calling it a specific person. So detach yourself away from the idea of calling it a man, or a woman, or anything like that, because it takes away from the importance of what they're doing, or what they're saying. Like, because you begin to worship the person, and you don't get to benefit from what they're actually saying, which is very important for people who are on the spiritual path, or people who are, even people who aren't aware of certain things, or people who aren't as enlightened as someone else. Like if you are like kind of unconscious, and you're still like seeking certain things, like you're seeking knowledge, you're seeking enlightenment, but you're like not 100% there yet, you can still benefit from studying someone who is like giving you information, but you may not get the full message. And since you don't get the full message, you'll basically you basically have like a period where you may like still be like really interested, and then at some point you'll just like start to like get it. You'll start to pick it up like almost like automatically. Like it'll start like coming out. It'll start unraveling itself. And the more it unravels, the more you understand, the more you comprehend, and the more enlightened you become, the more that light is emitted from you, the more it comes out, the more clear everything becomes. But it takes time for a lot of people to get it. Like a lot of people don't get it right away, and that's cool. Like that's okay, because I'm one of those people. I didn't get it right away. Like I was studying people for a while, like maybe years, and I didn't really get it. But I eventually like started to like pick it up. Like once I started to like really get away from like watching a bunch of people and really looking at myself or looking to myself and spending time with myself, I began to pick up things much quicker, and it made more sense. Like once I really like started to observe myself and like take the knowledge and apply it. And even when I wasn't like following people, I was still interested, and I was still like learning like little things like here and there. Or I would do like energy work and like little things like, but it built it up. It built up over time, and it helped me in the long run because I learned a lot, and it enabled me to be able to like be where I am right now, be where I am today, like sitting in front of a camera, talking to someone, and like basically passing the torch and helping them gain some type of enlightenment from what I'm saying. And then in turn they can pass the torch to someone else and give them some type of enlightenment, give them some type of insight to share it with other people, because that's what it's about. It's about connecting. It's not about holding anything in as far as like enlightenment or the things you learn. Once you gain knowledge of self, you naturally start to want to expand and want to give more and want to share, because you understand that none of it is finite. It's all infinite. Everything that exists is abundant, or everything exists in abundance. Since everything exists in abundance, there's no reason to like hold on to anything as far as like being like afraid to lose anything, because there's nothing to be lost. Like that's insanity to think that there's anything to be lost. Like everything is abundant. Like anything that you want, you can have. Anything that exists, you can have, as long as you want it, you can have it. Like if it's in your heart to want it or to have it, you can have it. But you have to understand that there must be balance too. You can't just be like desiring things, because that's like low vibration. Like you have to have some type of balance and have some type of understanding that just because you know that you can like manifest these things doesn't necessarily mean that you should be manifesting these things haphazardly. And I mean, once you gain a certain level of enlightenment, you kind of understand that anyway. So it kind of goes without saying. But for someone who doesn't quite understand that, yeah, you kind of like would be like rushing to like get to that point, and it's not really about that at all. Not about that at all. You just have to have patience. You have to focus on building that relationship with yourself and seeking that light within you, and that light within you will eventually shine out. I love you. I want to make sure I say I love you. before I end the video. But yeah, it's very important for you to understand that there is no such thing as scarcity. Abundance is the only thing that exists. Like, it's the only thing that exists. It's the only true fact when it comes to like seeking, especially knowledge or enlightenment or energy. Just as they say, like, energy can never be created or destroyed, energy exists. Like, since energy exists, what is there to be afraid of? Because it's always gonna exist anyway. So I hope that sheds some light, or shine some light on I like shine some light better. Shine some light on your path, and I hope that the light that I shine on your path, you will eventually pass on to someone else. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.